Well, hello, basketball fans. It's that time of the year, Tyler.
Sure is.
I tell you what, there's only one thing I like better than Christmas, and that's high school basketball.
It's almost a holiday in and of itself. The kickoff for basketball season, usually that weekend right after Thanksgiving. We're a week after Thanksgiving now. Got a great game. We're open up for Missouri. We've already done an Arkansas game a few weeks back. Got a big showdown here tonight.
I tell you, the atmosphere here is electrifying. Dexter coming in with high hopes this year. They played a tough game Tuesday night at Charleston. They were actually right in the game with about 3 minutes to go, end up getting beat by 12. A lot of that was football. They're going to get that out of them. Sikeston comes in. Tell us about Sikeston last year.
Well, Sikeston had a great year, as we all know. They advanced to the quarterfinals of the Class 4 state tournament, lost out to the perennial powerhouse, St. Francis Borgia, and they made a great run. As we all know, they had Michael Porter, who's now at Missouri State playing ball, had a great year. And they returned some players. They got especially the quick guard and Jocelyn Wiggins, great football player, won the Card Trophy this year in football. He's going to be dictating a lot on offense for them. So they've lost a lot in Michael Porter, of course. You got a Division I player playing at the next level, but they returned some players, some key players, especially Wiggins, and then you also have Will Hallfield, that's a junior. That's going to give them a lot of stability. So look for a strong team in Sikeston this year. And Dexter really improved over the last year. I'm really looking forward to seeing them play this year. They struggled last year in the SEMO conference, which they've improved from the duration of the season last year. Finished up strong, won the Stoddard County Conference tournament after they were, other teams were picked to finish a little ahead of them, but they win that Stoddard County Conference tournament, and they're returning many players this year, highlighted by Alan Flanagan. They're 6'5", I guess you would say point forward. He can play inside and out. Had a big game against Charleston a few nights ago, had 30 in that game. He's going to get a little tougher test tonight with the physicality of Sikeston down low, but a very senior-laden team in Dexter this year. Got a lot of experience on the floor, so that should help them throughout this season.
I want to tell you, tonight's game brought to you by Three Rivers Community College, Edward Jones, Charlie Flanagan, that is, Lincoln Lacey, LaGrange High Tech, First Midwest Bank, and New Wave Communications. We want to thank all those folks for making this game possible. We want to tell you about superintendent here at Dexter is Dr. Ken Jackson, assistant superintendent Dr. Denny Gerald, the high school principal Bryce Matthews, the assistant principal and athletic director Corey Mauser, and he really helped us get set up today. We want to tell you about the Dexter cheerleader. Well, let's talk about the dance team first. Carson Adams, Hillary Baker, Megan Bremer, who is one of our co-anchors in the morning on the news show, Ashley Coggle, Amanda Cooper, Alex Dale, Casey Dukes, Catherine Kinchin, Elizabeth Colbaker, Audra Lassiter, Devon Mason, Hannah Mathis, Hannah Sandage, Keely Smith, Jessica Snyder, Tana Stock. Tana's also a co-anchor with us in the mornings. Sarah Talbert, Megan Trewatha, Jamie Wilburn, and Jansen Wilson. And if you want to give the cheerleaders, Tyler, we'll get over to those.
All right, for the Dexter cheerleaders, we have Madison Baker, Emily Darnell, Taylor Huckle, Riley Jones, Taylor Martin, Ashley Mick, Mackenzie Mitchell, Sarah Phillips, Madison Pixley, Sydney Reinhardt, Tori Seaball, and Miranda Warner. Those are the Dexter High School cheerleaders.
Well, we're ready for basketball. We'll give you the starting lineups with the public address announcer. Again, this game is being shown a day after, and we want to tell everyone we plan on doing the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament, all 26 games live on Channel 21, New Wave Communications Cable. That seating will take place on Saturday, the December 12th. You're on your sports show. You will have that seating. We'll call that in to you, Tyler.
Sure will. the Sports Roundtable live at 10 a.m. every Saturday. We will have those results of that seeding meeting next Saturday. So tune in. It's going to be a great tournament this year.
Not only are we going to do it live on YHC TV, we're going to stream that on the internet on YHCTV.com. Folks, we're ready for basketball. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
If you believe that investors should be heard, not herded.
If you have the audacity to believe I can see you in 2 weeks is quite frankly weak.
Join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and Think Time make a difference.
Join us.
Join us.
Join us. At Edward Jones, it's how we make sense of investing.
So you're wondering what's the better deal, cable or the dish? Well, let's see how they size up. The dish has no local office, no ability to provide their own high-speed internet or phone for bundled savings, and can require a 2-year contract with hefty early termination fees. Cable, on the other hand, has local offices, its own high-speed internet, and phone services with a lot of great features. New Wave Communications, there really is no better choice.
Ruth Boone doing the national anthem. What a beautiful, beautiful rendition of the national anthem. Now it's time to get to going in basketball. We're going to meet the starting lineups for the Sikeston Bulldogs. Greg Hollifield, the head coach, assisted by Brian James, Chris Sarkis, and Matt Schondorf. Number 3, a 6'3 senior, Jaqueline Wiggins. Number 4, a 6'3 senior, Eli Jackson. Number 5, a 6'2 senior, Naquavius Dixon. Number 12, a 5'11 junior, Darrell Howard. And number 33, a 6'1 junior, Will Hollifield. Dexter Bearcats, head coach Rob Nichols, assistant Sean Geatley. Starting lineups for the Bearcats. A 5'10 senior, Brandon Stoker. A 6'4 senior, number 5, Ryan Wyndham. Number 10, a 6-foot senior, Gary Summers. A 6'5 junior, number 21, Alan Flanagan. And a 6'3 senior, number 23, John Bowman. Dexter dressed in home white, trimmed in red. Sikeston in their road red uniforms, trimmed in black. Folks, we expect a barn burner tonight. So get you a cold drink, a hot dog, a bag of popcorn, and sit back and enjoy the replay of this game. Glad you're with us right here on YHC TV.
Big game tonight, Bill. I'm psyched. I want to be on the floor. That's where I want to be, but the best place to be is right here calling this thing.
Well, I'm too old to do that. You're still young enough to go up and down. I love just watching the game.
This is great.
Jumping for the Bulldogs, Eli Jackson. For the Bearcats is Alan Flanagan. We expect a dandy, folks. Tip's going to be controlled in backcourt by the Bulldogs by Dixon. He still has a ball out front. Dexter in a man-to-man. Hollifield with the ball. Down to Wiggins inside. to Jackson. He puts up a shot, misses. Dexter comes away with the ball. Quickly down the floor. Bowman is going to be called for stepping on the out-of-bounds line. Turnover to the Bulldogs. Howard with the ball. Inside to Wiggins. Bowman knocks it away, but out of bounds off his hands. Again, Dexter in that man-to-man defense.
Sure, we'll probably see quite a few sets from Dexter tonight. See a man-to-man set, maybe a matching zone set. They mix it up quite a bit.
Dixon has trouble getting the ball in bounds. Ball knocked out of bounds again by Bowman. Dexter going with a 2-3 zone off that inbound pass under the boards. Ball out front to Howard. Gets it to Hollifield, and we're going to have
that's another out-of-bounds violation. They need
the
to widen
side.
the court out a little bit. These guys early on would step on both sides.
Well, their feet are big. Summers with the ball. Sikeston in a 2-2-1. Full court press. The ball down to Bowman. Back out to Summers. Summers gets it over to Stoker. Stoker looking for someone to pass to. Sikeston in a 2-3 zone on defense. Into Flanagan. Back out to Summers. To Stoker. A runner puts it up. No good. Flanagan with the rebound. He's going to go up with it. No good. Tipped around. Dexter will control in back court.
Not sure what the call was on that one.
No, I'm not either. But Dexter controls with the ball. Stoker has it back court. He'll go set the offense. A lot of pressure out front by the Bulldogs.
Looks like
down in the corner to Wyndham. He drives, puts it up, no good. Rebound by Howard. Howard quickly down the floor for the Bulldogs. Gives it to Wiggins. Wiggins drives. Going to be called. Going to be a block.
Oh, we got two calls here.
Summers.
Will be an offensive foul. We had two calls on the floor.
Yeah.
Both.
It might be a double foul. The referees are conferring. Double foul means that both guys get the foul and the ball would go over to whoever has the next jump ball possession.
I'm not sure it'll be a double foul in this instance. It's just a call you got to make. It's a decision you got to make either way. It will be a charging
foul.
I figured the lead official on that one, he was in the lead, and usually they get precedent on calls like that on the baseline, so his decision stood.
Wiggins called with the first foul of the game. Dexter will inbound underneath their basket. Sikeston will stay with that 2-2-1 full court zone press. Haley Stockton on the camera tonight. Our producer, Rick DePriest, glad to have them with us.
Looks like they jumped it up on that, Bill.
Okay, that's going to be a double foul then. It's early in the season. I understand referees trying to, get things right. And I'd rather them take their time like they're doing, confer, and go on ahead and get on with the game. So we're going to have a double foul. Yeah.
An offensive foul number 3 for Sikeston to play with Wiggins, and a foul number 3, Brandon Stoker, double foul for Dexter.
Ball thrown in bounds and go out of bounds. Dexter will inbound under their defensive basket since no one touched the ball. Turnover by the Bulldogs. Wyndham to inbound. Gets the ball to Stoker. Stoker quickly to the center, gets it back to Wyndham. Ball knocked out of bounds by Howard of the Bulldogs. No score, 6:25 to go in the first quarter. Bowman for three. No good. Tipped up by Summers. No good. Flanagan with the rebound. Puts it up. No good. We've got a foul.
Looks like Flanagan in the back, pushing the back on the rebound.
Bowman
Okay.
called for the foul.
There's 2 or 3 of them in there.
I was impressed the way Dexter hit the board, stayed with them at time. You know, Sikeston, they've got good leapers.
Sure, and Dexter's getting the offensive rebounds early on. They're just failing to get those second opportunities to go.
That's right. Hollifield in the lane, puts up a 14-footer, no good. Ball taken away by Stoker. We're going to have a foul. Still no score with 5:57 to go in the game. Or in the first quarter. Hollifield with a foul. Both teams now with 2 fouls. Stoker gets it to Bowman. Bowman going to be called for a walk. Drug that pivot foot, Tyler.
Yeah, sure looked it.
We've got timeout on the floor with no score, 5:48 to go. We're going to hear a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Kurt Hillis at Lincoln Lacey Chevrolet. We've got a full line of GMC, Chevrolet, and Buick products. I'll pass it over to my Ford man, Charlie Thacker.
GM's not your thing? Come check us out here at the Ford Dodge Jeep store. Check out my man Blake on the internet, LincolnLacey.com.
If you don't have time to come down to Malden, check us out on Cars.com or AutoTrader.com, and if you need financing, I'm going to pass it to my man Robert Sandage.
And our ultimate goal here at Lincoln Lacey, no matter your situation, is to pass the savings on to you.
Welcome back. Sikeston with the ball. You've not missed any action. They just inbounded, and we're coming down the floor with it. Inside to Wiggins. Wiggins puts it up. Will not go. Flanagan has a ball taken away. And Wiggins with the first points of the game tonight with a putback. 2-0 with 5:25 to go in the first quarter. Stoker gets it to Flanagan. Ball kicked that time by Howard. Ball will remain with the Bearcats.
Seen a lot of activity under the basket here early on, and you see a second chance opportunity converted there by Sikeston. So a lot of second chance opportunities here early.
Well, this should be John Bowman's type of game with the Sikeston in a zone. He should get some good looks at the basket. We're going to have a foul called on Naquavius Dixon, his first, team's third. 5:03 to go, 2-0. Sikeston. Coming in for the Bulldogs is Janelle Hatchett. Coming out is Naquavius Dixon. Wyndham quickly. Dexter's moving the ball well. Ball slapped around. Howard takes it away. Hollifield with the ball, has it slapped away. Wiggins with it. Drives into lane, puts up a runner, scores it. 4-0. Sikeston on top. 4:35 to go in the first quarter. Wiggins has all 4 points in this game. Ball taken away that time by Hatchett. And what quick hands. We've got a timeout on the floor. We'll keep it right here. 6-0 with 4:22 to go. Boy, quick hands by Hatchett.
You sure did. It took us 2.5 minutes to get our first basket in this game, but Sikeston turned up the defensive pressure here after that timeout. You saw a steal right there by Hatchett to get an easy 2. Dexter's really going to have to take care of the ball. They've got probably 5-6 turnovers here, right here in the first quarter. Really need to protect the ball and keep Sikeston out of the paint. They've really got the inside presence here early on and getting second chance opportunities. That's what they're talking about in this timeout right now. Protect the ball and keep them out of the paint.
Yeah, both teams getting good looks at the basket.
Sure.
Both teams. But like I say, with Sikeston in the zone, and I know those guys are quick, but if Bowman can warm up from the outside, he can get them back in this game quickly.
Sure.
Dexter breaks the press. Stoker across the timeline, gets it to Summers. Summers backs it out. Quickly over to Stoker, down in the corner to Wyndham. Inside to Taylor Jarrell, who's into the game, and he's going to be fouled. Pushing foul that time. Will Hollifield, his second. Team's fourth. Wyndham to inbound. Out front to Summers. To Stoker. To Gerald. Gerald in to Wyndham. He goes up with it. Will not go. Rebound that time by Jackson. Wiggins brings the ball down the floor. Gets it to Hatchett. Has it stripped out of his hands, but stays with Sikeston. We've got a foul. It'll be on Eli Jackson, his first, team's fifth. .338 to go in the first quarter. 6-0. Dexter on top. I said Dexter, Sikeston, I meant. We got number 4 that time, Eli Jackson with the hold. His second.
It's team
6.
Team number 6, so Dexter's in the bonus from here on out.
Yep. Number 43, Corey Porter in for the Bulldogs. Wyndham just inside the three-point line. It's short. Hatchett with the rebound. Gets it ahead to Howard. Puts it up. Scores it. Will Howard with his first two. 8-0 with 3:10 to go. And we've got a walking call on the Bearcats.
Well, the Bearcats really need to get a score here to get some confidence on them to get a momentum here on the offensive end.
Right. Bryn Hester in. Summers out for the Bearcats. We got a foul on Flanagan, his first, team's third. Evans is now in for Sikeston. Sikeston moving the ball well against the man-to-man. Wiggins inside, gets a ball down to Porter, who scores it. 10-0 with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Sikeston is really attacking the go well. Takeaway on the press. Ball blocked that time by Flanagan. Hatchett put up a shot, but blocked out of bounds by Flanagan. Wyndham comes out. Bowman back in for the Bearcats. Got second foul on Flanagan for reaching over.
He's gonna, that's tough on Alan Flanagan there. It's the second of the quarter, and they really need him in this game. So he's gonna have to be really, really careful for the rest of this half not to pick up another foul.
Hatchett puts up a shot. 2:40 to go. Dexter looks for its first basket. 12-0. Flanagan with the ball. Gets it to Gerald. To Stoker. Stoker takes it out front. Gets it to Hester. Bowman from the corner for three. It goes off the rim. Dixon with the ball. Gets it to Wiggins. Boy, they like to go to Wiggins, don't they?
Sure do.
Down to Hatchett. Puts it up. Scores it.
That's Porter there.
Porter, I'm sorry.
And well, he's really playing tough here early on. He's really got the size underneath.
He has 6 in the quarter. We've got a timeout with 2:09 to go in the game. It's a Bulldogs 14, Bearcats nothing.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place to start career training. I needed the right skills to compete in today's job market. At Three Rivers, I found training for jobs that are in demand, great instructors, and financial aid to cover costs. Learn more at www.trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC. Start here, start now at Three Rivers Community College.
Enroll now. Fall classes begin August.
Well, we're back in action as the Bearcats and the crowd is just stunned.
Yeah, Sikeston's come out very aggressive, especially on the defensive end. They forced Dexter into quite a few turnovers here in the first half. Bearcats just really need to hammer down and really take care of the ball and get a good shot on offense. I think John Bowman took a little quick of a shot, and it let Sikeston get that rebound and go down the court. And you saw there a 10-second violation.
10-second violation. Great defense that time by the Sikeston Bulldogs. That press is playing havoc. It's speeding the game up for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's what Sikeston carries over from last year, that quickness, that aggressiveness, and they're showing it here early on.
Yeah. You know, Tyler, you played a lot of basketball, played on 2 state championship teams. A press is not necessarily something that is to take the ball away every time. It's something to take the other team out of their game.
Sure.
Dixon with a rebound and a putback. Would not go, but he's going to be fouled. Taylor Gerald, his first, to the line to shoot 2. Will be Naquavius Dixon. He's not scored in this game. 1:53 to go in this first quarter. Knocks the first one down. Second one knocked home. Wyndham with the ball, gets it to Summers. Summers bounce passes down underneath, taken away by Wiggins. Bowman takes it away, puts up an 8-footer, in and out. Ball tipped around. Sikeston comes away with it. Evans has it, gets it in the corner to Dixon, who gets it underneath that time. Ball shot by Wiggins would not go. We're going to have a foul on Martez Evans, his first. The line to shoot a 1-and-1 will be John Bowman. Minute 25 to go in the first quarter.
Looks like we have Jackson and I believe Howard back into the game for the Bulldogs.
Checking in for the Bearcats is Jake Cox. Coming out is Bryn Hester. Bowman to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. First one will not go, does not get the bonus. We've got to carry the ball turnover on the Bulldogs. Dexter needs a bucket here to relax and get everybody back in a good frame of mind.
And trying to be aggressive towards the baskets is what you want to do now. You're already in the bonus, so get some easy baskets.
Gerald with a shot, will not go. Somebody needs to take the lid off that basket at the Bearcat end. Bowman with the rebound on the missed shot by Porter. Quickly down the floor, Gerald puts it up. Going to be called for walking.
That was the easiest basket that the Bearcats had in front of them, and then Gerald just took about a half a step too much.
52 seconds left in the first quarter. Hollifield gets it to Howard. Dexter with a takeaway and a ball knocked out of bounds by the Bulldogs. 35 seconds to go. Cox with the ball. Bowman down in the corner to Wyndham. Back to Bowman. Bowman tries to skip the ball to Gerald. Tipped around. Cox has it to Bowman for 3. No good. Ball tipped around. Gerald has it. Puts it up. No good. I can't believe they can't get the ball in it. It's tough going for the Bearcats. 10 seconds to go, and we're going to have a blocking foul that time on Jake Cox. His first, team 6th. Next foul will put Sikeston in the bonus. 9.9 seconds to go. Wiggins and Dixon back in for the Bulldogs. Dixon will inbound. Gets the ball inside to Wiggins. He's going to be fouled by Ryan Wyndham, his first. Team 7th to the line to shoot 2. It's going to be Jaqueline Wiggins. He has 4 in the game. First one's good. Second one up. Scores it. Both out of bounds. In the first quarter, it's the Bulldogs 18, the Bearcats 0. We'll be right back.
Sometimes we just need to stop what we're doing and look around. We need to be thankful for what we have, where we live, and the quality of life we enjoy. Hi, I'm Jack Huffman, and on behalf of First Midwest Bank, we want to thank you for allowing us to be part of such a wonderful community. Proud to be a Bearcat sponsor, First Midwest Bank. Go Bearcats!
We're back at you right here from Dexter High School. Scoring for the Bulldogs in the first quarter, 6 each to Wiggins and Porter, 2 each to Dixon, Hatchett, and Hollifield. Sikeston 4 for 4 from the line, and Dexter 0 for 1 from the line.
Yeah, the main stat to look at in the first quarter, especially for the Bearcats, 9 turnovers in that first quarter compared to Sikeston's 5. And points off those turnovers is going to be big, especially earlier on in the year.
Flanagan from just inside the free throw line gets the first 2 for the Bearcats. Quickly down the floor, Sikeston couldn't get it to go. Bearcats have it. Crowd back in it. Turnover by the Bearcats. Forced pass that time. Shot blocked that time by the Bearcats. Bowman with it, gets it to Stoker. Stoker looking down the floor, across the timeline. Into Flanagan. Flanagan working one-on-one. Going to be called for dragging a pivot foot. 7:22 to go in this second quarter.
I tell you, it's difficult to really get used to this pressure because Sikeston's bringing it on both sides of the floor, especially we got a turnover here by Sikeston. Sikeston's pressing not only after the basket or out of bounds, they're pressing off the missed shot, their own missed shot. So once Dexter gets that rebound, they're pressing full court, and that's really hard to adjust to when you're expecting a full court press after a rebound. So, and that's what the good defensive teams do. They press after the basket, off the inbound, and as well as off their own missed shot.
Flanagan has the ball stripped out of his hands. Quickly down the floor. Pass, the shot put up that time by Howard would not go. Summers with the ball, drives in, puts it up, will not go. Wiggins with the rebound. Bowman with the steal, puts it up, will not go. Rebound by Wiggins. Quickly down the floor. Back to Wiggins. He's going to drive in, puts up a leaner, will not go. Tipped around. Hollifield the rebound, puts it up, scores it. Hollifield with his second basket. 6:25 to go in the second quarter. Flanagan for 3. Will not go. Tipped out of bounds by the Bearcats. Turned over to the Bulldogs. Gerald back in for Bowman. Again, our TriCaster, you can see the score on the screen. Want to thank Rick DePriest, our producer tonight. Also on camera tonight with us, Haley Stockton. Ball thrown out of bounds by the Bulldogs. Another turnover. Bryn Hester in. Gary Summers coming out for the Bearcats. Bearcats will keep control. Hester with the ball. Gets it to Flanagan. Flanagan all the way down to Gerald inside the lane, puts it up, ball blocked by Porter. We're going to have a turnover carrying the ball that time.
Well, Porter's just being a monster down there in the paint early
Yes,
on.
they are.
Both offense and defense. And he's getting the ball out quick. You see how he got the block, his own block, that is, and got it out quick to the guard to get it down the floor. He's been impressive here. Really impressive.
Sikeston has some athletes, and not only are they athletes, they're quick.
Sure.
And that's not taking anything away from Dexter. The quickness is just something else by the Bulldogs. Foul that time on Corey Porter, his first. Team's 8 to the line to shoot 2 will be Brandon Stoker. Stoker's a 5'10 senior. First shot goes. Second one up. Will not go. Rebound that time by Jackson. Quickly down to Howard in the corner. Wyndham knocks the ball. Whoa, ball off of Sikeston. Good defense by Wyndham as he knocked the ball off of his head there.
Yeah, it looks like Howard left the ball just exposed enough for Wyndham to knock that out. And I believe the official said it was off his head.
Yep.
So nice awareness by Wyndham on that play.
Howard comes out. Hatchett comes in. Sikeston's got a bunch of guys on the bench that they can play for a lot of teams.
Sure.
Hester with the ball across the timeline. Going to be called for walking.
That's another turnover by the Bearcats, and it's all because of the pressure that Sikeston's bringing. They're bringing the full court press off both the inbound and the missed shot. So a lot of pressure being applied by the Bulldogs.
Hollifield for 3, knocks it down and going to be fouled. Chance to make a 4-point play. Hollifield was 7 in the game, a chance to make it 8. Summers and Cox back in for the Bearcats. Free throw's good. Sikeston 5 for 5 from the line. Good teams make a lot of free throws when they have that opportunity. Summers with the ball. Tell you, the defensive pressure is something else. Cox for 3, will not go. Sikeston quickly down the floor. Into Wiggins, he puts it up left-handed, will not go. Wyndham with the rebound. Going to be called for dragging that pivot foot, a walk.
Sure did.
Again, great defensive pressure that time by the Bulldogs.
And you saw the full court press off the missed shot.
Yeah.
And that's tough when you
Yes,
get
it
both
is.
on the inbound and on a good defensive series by the Bearcats. You're going to face a full court press right after your own good defensive stop.
Bowman back in for the Bearcats. Wyndham in for a breather. Porter with a shot, scores it. Porter now with 8 in the game. 4:20 left in the first half. 26-3. Summers with the ball. Gets it to Cox. Cox down to Bowman. Bowman drives, puts it up right-handed, will not go. Gerald with a great rebound, but was going out of bounds, put it back in. Hollifield with a stop and pop, scores it. Will Hollifield with 8 in the quarter, 10 in the game. Foul's going to be on Bowman. Bowman's second, team's 9th. The line for 1-1 will be Naquavius Dixon. Scores it, gets the bonus.
That's always a tough one, after a team scores a bucket like that and you get a push in the back, in transition like that. It's always tough because you get them an opportunity to get two scores per possession, a 2-for-1
Right.
you. And Sikeston has that opportunity now.
Garrett Klaus in for the Bearcats, the 6'1 junior, wears number 24. Next shot will not go. First free throw missed by the Bulldogs. Summers to Bowman, quickly down in the corner to Klaus. Tried to get the ball to Summers, tipped around, down the floor. Ball off the fingertips of Sikeston. Howard in for the Bulldogs. Dixon going out. Bowman having trouble getting it in. Gets it to Klaus. To Cox. Cox on the drive. Puts up a leaner. Will not go. Rebound by Klaus. Gets it to Cox. Flanagan in the corner. Skips it to Bowman. Bowman for three. Will not go. Rebound by Howard. Quickly down the floor for the. And we got palming the ball. I tell you, Tyler, two things I've seen tonight from the officiating. They're not going to take a lot of turning the ball over with the hand.
Sure.
And a lot of walking calls.
Yeah.
Ball tipped out of bounds by the Bulldogs. Will stay with the Bearcats.
You know, we've seen more and more of that over the years, I think, that palming the ball. It gives the dribbler a great advantage to really get by that defender, so they're not going to tolerate that tonight.
I like the call. Flanagan has a ball stripped. 3:15 to go in the half. 28-3. Sikeston's defense has been something else. Try that time, put up, will not go. Wiggins with the rebound. Can't get it to go, but he'll go to the line to shoot two. Foul on Klaus, his first. The line to shoot two is Jaqueline Wiggins. Wiggins now 3 for 3 from the line. Has 7 in the game. Great athlete. Carr Trophy winner in football.
Yeah, excellent season in football.
Next with Sharp. Hollifield with a rebound with a stick back. Hollifield having a great game. Howard with the takeaway, but his own player ran into him, called it walking. 2:57 to go. Stoker in for Cox for the Bearcats. Ball lobbed down to Klaus over his head. Wiggins with the ball for the Bulldogs. Howard to Hollifield for three. Will not go. Klaus comes away with the ball. Stoker. Oh, I tell you what, I'm glad I'm not out there playing guard.
Yeah, Sikeston's bringing the heat, especially on defense.
Like you said, it's bad enough after a basket to come up with a 2-2-1 zone press, but they're trapping on turnovers and everything else. Their quickness allows them to do that.
Sure, and it's not just their quickness, athleticism. It more has to do with their awareness of what's going on the defensive end. Their anticipation has been great, getting in the passing lanes, knocking the ball away. That's why you see easier baskets by the Bulldogs.
Wiggins on a drive. We've got a timeout on the floor with 2:23 to go. 34-3, Bulldogs on top of the Bearcats.
If you believe that investors should be heard, not herded,
If you have the audacity to believe I can see you in 2 weeks is quite frankly weak,
join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and Think Time make a difference.
join us.
join us.
Join us. At Edward Jones, it's how we make sense of investing.
Welcome back. What do you have for us, Tyler?
Well, one stat I'd really like to point out is Jaqueline Wiggins. He's got 6 rebounds in this half, and most of those coming on the defensive end. You'll see him get a rebound, kick it out quick, try to get an easier basket going down the floor. And also the Dexter Bearcats with 16 turnovers in this half. That's what they're really going to have to focus on, is taking care of the ball control, and to get a good shot on the offensive end.
Well, it would be hard to get ready for this kind of quickness, I can tell you. Nice shot that time by Brandon Stoker. 34-5. Howard drives, puts up a leaner, blocked by Flanagan. Saved by Klaus. Flanagan with the ball, quickly down to Summers. Summers brings it back out. Gets it inside to Klaus. Klaus has it knocked out of his hands, or he loses off his hands, out of bounds. Turnover to the Bulldogs. Gerald coming in for Klaus. Wiggins with the ball, top of the key, gets it to Hollyfield. Ball slapped out of, back across court there by Flanagan. Sikeston in control with a minute and a half to go in the first half. Ball inside to Wiggins. Kicks the ball over to Jackson, who puts up a shot. It's going to be fouled. Gary Summers going to be called for the foul. His second. To the line to shoot two will be Eli Jackson. Jackson has not scored in this game. First one up, scores it.
Martez Evans back into the game for the Bulldogs. Will Hallfield will take a seat.
Hollifield's had a good first half.
Sure has.
Of course, who can you say hasn't had a good first half
Yeah.
with Sikeston? Look at that quickness. Look at the quickness. Howard takes the ball away from Stoker. Gets the ball inside to Jackson, who puts it up and in. Flanagan with the drive along the baseline. Has it knocked out of his hands by Wiggins. 61 seconds to go in the first half. Coach Hollifield still working like he's behind by 10. Flanagan inside, puts it up, will not go. Wiggins with the rebound, gets it to Hatchett. Hatchett still with the ball, back to Wiggins. To Hatchett. Hatchett working against Stoker. Gets the ball to Howard. Ball passed down inside, taken away by Flanagan. Wyndham with the ball, gets it down to Gerald. Good hands that time, but Gerald has the ball taken away, but out of bounds is Howard. 33 seconds to go in this first half. Dexter would like to get a little momentum, at least with a bucket. Bowman coming in for Wyndham. Dexter turns right back around and plays Sikeston in the first round of the tournament at Sikeston next week.
Yeah, at least this game will be an opportunity for them to be competitive in that game, and that's in the CMO Conference Tournament, so that's big.
Yes.
So you definitely want to come away this game knowing what the Bulldogs have.
Ball blocked that time as Gerald put up a shot. Howard inside, ball blocked by Gerald. Summers down, gets the ball to Stoker for three, scores it.
Big
3
shot by
seconds to
Stoker.
go.
Dexter finally gets that three-point shot to land.
0.6 of a second, 37-8. Bowman will inbound. He'll throw the length of the floor. Tries to get it to Flanagan, but taken away by Porter, who slings the ball up, and that ends the first half with the Sikeston Bulldogs 37, Dexter Bearcats 8. We'll be back in just 30 seconds because we want to catch the, well, let's just stay here. Let's just stay here and let's watch
the Kickin'
Dexter
Cats
dance game, the Kickin' Cats.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, for halftime entertainment, the Dexter Kicking Cats.
The Kicking Cats performing here at halftime in front of the big crowd. Again, the Kicking Cats, Karsten Adams, Hillary Baker, Megan Bremer, Ashley Kugel, Amanda Cooper, Alex Dale, Casey Dukes, Catherine Kitchen, Elizabeth Colbaker, Audrey Lassiter, Devon Mason, Hannah Mathis, Hannah Sandage, Keely Smith, Jessica Snyder, Tana Stock, Sarah Talbert, Megan Treewatha, Jamie Wilburn, and Jansen Wilson. Great job, young ladies. Want to talk a little bit about High Tech. High Tech, one of our sponsors tonight. Want to thank those guys for coming on board, Ron and Richie. Boy, they've got a great business up here at Dexter and Malden. If you're needing computers or needing work on those computers, those guys can help you. I'm telling you now, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, they're both residential and commercial, work in both those areas for computer sales and repair. Also networking, voice over IP. Great job those guys do. They help us out quite a bit too, so very thankful for those guys.
They know I don't have a lot of computer skills. Yeah, Ron gets a call a lot of times early in the morning. Yes, Bill.
Right.
He's still sleeping. But of course, most people are at 5:30 in the morning.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. All right, have you got some stats for us in the first half?
Sure. You know, as we're 37-8 here at halftime, Sikeston's up. And most of this game is being dominated on the defensive side of the floor for Sikeston. Everything's coming off the defense, forcing Dexter into turnovers. Dexter has 19 turnovers in the first half compared to 13 for Sikeston. And Joaquin Wiggins got 7 boards in the first half. He's really staying strong on the boards. Not shooting a lot from the outside. Will Hallfield's 1 of 2 from outside. But looking on the other end, Dexter's putting up a few shots that are 1 of 8, it looks like here. 1 of 8 from the field, from the three-point line. John Bowman, which got a lot of looks early on, and he can get hot, but he's 0 of 5 here in the first half. And breaking down the quarters, Sikeston shut out Dexter in the first quarter, 18-0. And here at halftime, we're 37-8. That second quarter breakdown, Sikeston outscored Dexter 19-8. So for Dexter to really get back into this game, they've got to protect the ball for one. And I know it's hard that Sikeston's bringing the pressure at all times, and that's vintage Coach Hallfield, Greg Hallfield. He likes to bring the pressure all game, and he knows with the guys coming out from football that, you know, they're not going to be up to speed offensively. So that's why you want to apply the pressure defensively, force turnovers, get easier shots, and that's the story of the first half. Sikeston applying pressure and forcing Dexter into turnovers and getting easy baskets.
Well, you know, it's got to be frustrating for the Bearcats. They're not getting good shots, and when they do get the good shots, they're not falling in. They're rushing the shots because of the quickness of the Sikeston players, their defense. I'm just amazed at how they go up and down the floor, the full length. They don't play just one end. They're playing full court basketball.
They sure are. And it's like I was saying earlier in the first half, they're bringing the full court press, the press after they miss a basket.
Yeah.
And that's not traditional for a team to do that. Not only does it take athleticism, it takes patience, and it takes a lot of awareness and anticipation. That's one thing I would sum up Sikeston's defense. They are great at anticipation. Yep. Of course, they've got the athleticism, but they're getting the deflections and knocking it to their players and getting on that fast break. I tell you, that's just a great skill, and that comes from the coach.
Yep.
Teaching that anticipation, that aggressiveness, and that's what's going to be a strong asset for the Bulldogs this year.
Again, we want to tell you tonight's game brought to you in part by First Midwest Bank, New Wave Communications, Lincoln Lacey, Edward Jones, Charlie Flanagan, Three Rivers Community College, and New Wave Communications. Don't forget LeGrand's High Tech. Stop by and see those guys. Give them a call if you're in need of a computer or your computer needs working on like mine does. Give those guys a call. They're ready to come take care of you.
And one thing to mention about LeGrand's High Tech, they customize the computers to what you want.
Yes.
You know, you don't just buy a computer with whatever comes with it. They'll customize it and put what you want in it. So that they do that as well.
Well, let's give the scoring for the first half for the Sikeston Bulldogs. Will Hollifield with 12 points, 9 to Jaqueline Wiggins, 8 to Corey Porter, off the bench, by the way, 3 to Eli Jackson and Aquavius Dixon, also 2 to Hatchet. For the Dexter Bearcats, 6 to Brandon Stoker, 2 to Alan Flanagan. Dexter 1 for 4 from the line. Sikeston 8 for 11 from the free throw line. Can Dexter get back in the game?
Well, it's not going to come quick. They're going to have to use every bit of the second half to get him back in this ball game. They're down 29 right now, so you can't look at, oh, we got to come out and get back into this quick. It's not going to happen that way. We know Sikeston's going to come out aggressive as they have all game. So you want to use all of this second half to get this to break into this lead, and it's going to come. They've got to work on their offensive. Basically, Sikeston, when they do get it across half court, they're forcing them into that first, second shot that they get. Dexter's taking that first shot that they get because they're getting so much pressure in their faces. They see an open shot, they're taking it. Be a little bit more patient, work the ball around, get an easier shot, get into more of a rhythm offensively, and some players are really going to have to step up for Dexter, such as Alan Flanagan. He's getting a hard time getting good looks. So just being more patient, take care of the ball, and use the whole second half to get back in this game. That's what it's going to take.
Well said, Coach. You know, one or two baskets not going to put you back in the game. You're going to have to have your plan and just take your time and just chip away. We're back underway. Hollifield for 3. He knocks it down. Hollifield having a great game. His second 3 of the game. Stoker across the timeline. Ball taken away by Hollifield. Back to the Bearcats. Back to Sikeston. Wiggins going to drive. Puts it up. Will not go. Ball put back up by Jackson. 42-8. Not the way you wanted to start the second half.
Sure not. And Sikeston applying the pressure once again.
Oh. Great hustle. We've got a foul on Summers. Summers going to be called for a hold. 3 fouls on Summers. Bearcats first of the second half. Ball tipped out of bounds on the inbound pass by the Bearcats. Ball will remain with the Bulldogs. Dixon to inbound. Hollifield inside, puts it up, will not go. Summers comes away with it for the Bearcats.
I'm just so impressed how Sikeston just seamlessly gets into that full court press after a missed basket.
Well, you would think, a turnover by the Bearcats, you would think that you could snowbird someone on a release, but Sikeston's so quick that they get their hands in the air and slap the ball away. We got a whistle on a play as Hollifield stepped out on the sideline. 6:49 to go in the third quarter.
Another reason why it makes that so difficult is the guards here in the backcourt applying the pressure, not letting them be able to move the ball down the court.
Right. Well, they're quick. Like I say, I'm glad I'm not playing guard against them. Bearcats on a break. Ball to Flanagan, and he's going to be called for walking.
Flanagan was in good position there to at least draw a foul and get to the line. And they called him for a few extra steps.
There's another walk.
There's another step.
There's more walking tonight than I've seen called in a year's time.
Sure, and that very well may be a point of emphasis this year for the referees. Good. Not letting them get that extra step because that's quite an advantage, as we see in the NBA all the time.
Well, us people that played 45 years ago, we like that. I mean, it's you need to put the ball on the floor or pass it. Wiggins with the drive. We're going to have a foul against the Bearcats.
That was a cross-court pass that was picked off by Sikeston. You just can't do that against this defense. They're too quick, and they anticipate too well to make a cross-court pass.
Jake Cox with the foul. Gerald coming in for Bowman. Wiggins' first free throw good. Now has 10 in the game. Second one up. Goes, knocks that one home. Flanagan down to Gerald. Gerald to Cox. Cox drives in, puts it up, no good. Ball tipped out by Wyndham, but it goes to Sikeston. Sikeston, Howard on a quick break, scores it.
Was a nice adjustment by Howard.
Howard's first basket for the Bulldogs, 46-8. 6 minutes to go in this third quarter. Summers at the top of the key, still with the ball. Gives it to Flanagan. Flanagan, nice spin move, puts it up, scores it. Alan Flanagan with a nice move. First basket of second half. Now has 4. Summers with a takeaway by the Bearcats. Wyndham down in the corner to Cox. Cox from 12, no good. Rebounded by Gerald. Over to Wyndham. We got a foul on the floor. Foul's going to be on Aquavius Dixon, his second.
Hatchett and Porter back in the game for the Bulldogs. Had a very good first half.
Oh. Porter really, both of them had a great first half. Flanagan to Wyndham. Summers to Cox to Gerald to Summers. Summers inside the lane, puts up a shot, will not go. Porter with the rebound, gets it to Hatchett down the floor. He puts it up, will not go. Dexter picks up the loose ball. Summers has it knocked out of his hands, and we're going to have a double dribble called on Dixon. 5:17 to go in the third quarter. Flanagan to Gerald. Back to Flanagan. Down in the corner to Cox. He's on the drive. Puts up a runner. No good. Rebound by Porter. Gets the ball to Dixon. Dixon gives it up to Hollifield for 3. Will not go. Rebound by Flanagan for the Bearcats. Flanagan had good position that time. Foul's going to be called on Aquavius Dixon, his third, team second this half.
I think Bearcats, when they've gotten a few series ago, they're doing a little bit better on the offensive end. They've missed a few shots, but a much better offensive series.
Flanagan with a turnaround jumper. Knocks it home. He has 6 in the game, 46-12. Looks smooth on that shot. Porter with a takeaway and a shot will not go. Cox with the rebound and on the run. Dexter's got the numbers, but Cox pulls it back out. Gives it to Flanagan. Drives in on a runner, no good. Tipped around. Porter with the rebound. Quickly down the floor. Howard has the ball for the Bulldogs. Gets it to Hollifield. Gives it up to Hatchett. Hatchett quickly over the corner to Howard. He's being guarded there by Gerald. Inside to Porter. Quick release, no good. Rebound by Summers. Looking down the floor, still has a ball. Gets the ball over to Cox. Cox brings it all the way out. Resets. Summers has it. Cox drives in. Ball slapped around and taken away. Howard on a run. Puts it up, will not go, and Summers going to be called for the undercut. Going to be Gary Summers' 4th foul. To the line to shoot 2 will be Darryl Howard. Howard has 2 in the game, has not been to the free throw line tonight. 3:40 to go in this third quarter.
Now, speaking of Dexter being more patient than they have, well, I tell you, it's Sikeston being just as patient on the defensive end, not gambling, staying in the position. And you see there a deflection, and get the ball out, and go for an easy score. It's, Sikeston's just playing greatly efficient on the defensive end tonight.
No, Bowman in for Wyndham on the for the Bearcats. Howard's second shot, no good. Gerald with a good block out and a rebound. Gets it to Hester, who's in for the Bearcats. To Stoker. Stoker with the leaner, no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it up. Ball blocked by Porter. Howard quickly over and tried to bring it home at time. Was Hatchett. Missed the dunk, but got the rebound. Hollifield with the ball. Gets it to Howard. Big power move that time by Jackson. Missed the shot, got his own rebound, got fouled. He'll go line to shoot two. Foul that time, called on Taylor Gerald, his second. Team's third, or team's fourth of the second half. 3 minutes, 10 seconds left in this third quarter. Jackson has 2 1/4, 5 in the game. He's 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Misses a first. Evans and Dixon back in for the Bulldogs. Knocks the second one home. 3 1/4, 6 in a game. Sikeston's pulled their press back. But they'll apply pressure out front.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely going to apply the pressure, but they're going to anticipate a lot more now that they're pulling back their full court press.
Turnover by the Bearcats. Under 3 minutes left in this third quarter, 47-12. Ball down to Porter, puts it up and in.
Nice move by Porter. Got a good inside step on Flanagan. Drew him off with a pump fake. He's just been very impressive in this game.
He has 10 in the game. Ball turned over to the Bulldogs. We got a double dribble called against Sikeston as Eli Jackson got both hands on the ball and win again. Hester to Flanagan to Stoker. Has the ball go off his hands, out of bounds. 2:29 to go. Hollifield with the ball, takes it back out. Inside to Porter. Tell you what, the young man makes some good moves, doesn't he?
He sure does. He puts himself in some great position, too. He shielded off Flanagan. Flanagan come up, tried to deflect it, but shielded him off perfectly.
Hester that time, nowhere to go. He runs over Stoker, commits the foul. Team's third, his second. Wyndham will inbound, gives it to Hester. Sikeston in that 2-3 zone. I'm very impressed at their quickness, the way they can go out and attack the ball, yet get back to protect under the goal. Bowman with the ball, gets it to Wyndham, to Hester. Hester thought about it, pulls it in, gives it to Flanagan. We're going to have a foul on the floor. Foul's going to be on Jaqueline Wiggins. His second. Team's third of the half. Fourth foul of the half. Gerald with the inbound pass, has the ball stripped away. What a nice defensive play, and we're going to have a walking call. Walking call on Evans. And I mean this nicely, okay? I have seen more walking calls in this game than I've seen in a whole year.
Sure, I think they've been fair as well.
Yes,
players just taking just sometimes just a half a step too many.
Right. Bowman for three, will not go. Flanagan with the rebound, puts it back, scores it. Alan Flanagan was 6 1/4, 8 in the game. Minute and a half to go in the third quarter. Hollifield for three, in and out. Flanagan with the rebound. Hester to Bowman, to Klaus in the corner, and will not go. Hollifield pulls that air ball down, gets it to Wiggins. Wiggins quickly down the floor, puts it up, scores it. We're going to have a blocking foul. See who the foul's on. It's going to be on Hester. Brent Hester. His second foul. Team's fifth.
Dexter seemed to have good transition defense on that. It seemed like all 5 players got back. But you saw Wiggins basically let the transition go by him, and then he found a spot to get to there in the lane. Found it, and he's got a 3-point opportunity.
He found that seam and went right to it.
Sure.
Wiggins completes the 3-point play.
Which he's used to. He's the Card Trophy winner as a tailback, so he's very used to that.
Tristan Pulley into the game for the Bulldogs. Wiggins goes out. Wiggins has 14 points. We're down to 1 minute to go in the third quarter. 54-14, as you can see on our TV screen this year. We have the score up for you. Flanagan with a shot, short. Ball off of Wyndham's hands, out of bounds. Will go to the Bulldogs. And we're very proud of this TriCaster, the way that we have been able to bring our football games, now our basketball games. Heard so many comments about the way things look now, and we've got some more things in store for you. We'll reveal those as time comes about. We've got some testing to do up at Bloomfield. Everything works right. You folks are going to really like it. Summers on a drive, will not go. Wyndham picks it up on the floor, takes it in. Ryan Wyndham with his first basket tonight. Good power move on a loose ball. Ball put up that time by Dixon, would not go. Rebounded and put back by Jackson, would not go, and we got a foul on the play with 11 seconds to go in this third quarter. Foul's going to be on Ryan Wyndham. Wyndham's second.
Well, Eli Jackson had a strong game. He don't have a lot in the point column, but he's working very hard in between those blocks, getting those rebounds, and alternate shots as well.
His quickness, his athleticism, his reach has deflected a lot of balls. In the corner that time, put up a 3, was Evans, would not go. Dexter quickly down the floor, and Bowman going to be called for dragging a foot. He had a tough pass to handle, was not, didn't have his body squared up to the pass.
Sure, yeah, he's in transition, but he was trying to come to a stopping point, and just wrong place at the wrong time, really.
We had a charge foul that time on Howard, his first, team's fifth. 0.8 of a second. Bearcats will inbound the ball to Wyndham. He puts it up, so horn goes off. Will not go to in the third quarter. 54-16. Bulldogs on top of the Bearcats. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Kurt Hillis at Lincoln Lacey Chevrolet. We've got a full line of GMC, Chevrolet, and Buick products. I'll pass it over to my Ford man, Charlie Thacker.
GM's not your thing? Come check us out here at the Ford Dodge Jeep store. Check out my man Blake on the internet, LincolnLacey.com.
If you don't have time to come down to Malden, check us out on Cars.com or AutoTrader.com. And if you need financing, I'm going to pass it to my man Robert Sandage.
And our ultimate goal here at Lincoln Lacey, no matter your situation, is to pass the savings on to you.
Well, we're back with you. Go ahead and give some stats there, Tyler.
Sure, in the second half, turnovers have been a big story already in this game. Dexter had 10 turnovers in that half against Sikeston's 5. So I tell you, it's the same story in the third quarter as it has been in the previous 2 quarters. Applying the pressure and getting turnovers. And a 17-8 point breakdown in that third quarter advantage Sikeston.
Dexter starts the final quarter with the ball. Cox has the ball kicked out. Dexter scoring through 3 quarters. Flanagan with 8. Stoker with 6. Wyndham with 2. We'll give you Sikeston when we have time. Sikeston still applying that pressure with that 2-3 zone half court. Summers with the ball, looks inside, gets it down low to Klaus, kicks it out to Cox, has the ball taken away, but he gets it right back. Flanagan with the ball, going to drive, kicks it over to Klaus. Klaus in the corner, scores it. Garrett Klaus with his first basket, the 6'1 junior. 54-18. We're going to have a jump ball. Ball will stay with the Sikeston Bulldogs on the alternate possession. Howard will inbound for the Bulldogs. Gets it to Porter, he puts it up and in. I tell you, the young man has been very impressive coming off the bench.
Sure has. He's got a real nice touch around the basket, too. He
Very
keeps it
soft.
high. You saw how he got that ball and he kept it high, didn't bring it down, just caught it, put it right up in the basket.
And the other thing, he shoots it so quick.
Sure.
You think he's going to shoot a jump shot, he shoots a tiptoe shot. In for the Bearcats is number 22, Logan Roby, and also number 34, Jacob Lee. Roby inbounds to Klaus. Klaus has a ball batted away by Howard. Howard in, scores it.
Nice anticipation by Howard.
Klaus has it, kicks it over to Roby, puts up a shot, will not go, rebounded by the Bulldogs. Hatchett with the ball. Gets it to Howard, to Porter. Back to Hatchett, who drives along, loses a ball, but it goes right to Pulley, who put it up. Who scored that one?
He tapped it right back in.
Pulley did?
Pulley did, yep.
Got a foul on Hatchett, his second. Team 6, both teams now in the bonus.
Number 44, Joran Hogan.
Klaus with the ball, kicks it out to Roby. Roby to Cox, into Lee. Bearcats passing the ball around. Summers has it, drives in, puts up a jump shot, will not go. Rebounded that time by the Bulldogs. Pulley. He gets the ball to Jamison, who's in the game. Puts it up, will not go. Pulley put back, scores it. Pulley now has 4 1/4. Klaus deep in the corner. Kicks it out to Cox. Cox over to Roby. To Cox, to Summers. Down to Klaus. Klaus likes that corner, puts it up, will not go. Rebounded on the floor at time by Coleman, who's in for the Bulldogs. Pulley in for a drive, scores it.
It'll be an offensive foul.
Offensive foul will take that away from him.
24.
Klaus.
House, okay.
Klaus with the ball on the side there. Ball put inside that time to Bollinger. Put it up, missed it. Roby with the putback. Going to go to the line to shoot 2. He's fouled. Logan Roby, a 5'11 junior. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Scores the first one. Second one up, in and out. Rebound that time by number 42, Keldon Warfield, who's in for the Bulldogs. Jamison with the ball. Roby's on him. Ball passed down to Gibson. Puts up a shot. He's going to go to the line. Is he going to be fouled? 62-19. Clock is running. 2:50 to go in the game. Foul was on Walt Phillips, who's in the game for the Bearcats. Warfield to the line to shoot 2. First one rolls around and falls in. Second one. Knocks that one down. 64-19. Cox with the ball. 2:10 to go in the game. Klaus over to Roby. Roby down to Bollinger. Inside to Phillips, puts up a shot, scores it. Walt Phillips with his first bucket.
I'd like to remind everyone to tune in Saturdays for our new show we have, the Sports Roundtable, 10 a.m. live every Saturday. We replay that at 4 in the afternoon. Have a great show featuring local coaches, players, and also sports writers in our area. Be covering a lot of basketball, and also when it comes springtime, we'll cover other sports as well. And tune in. It's a great show. We'll be covering both Southeast Missouri and Northeast Arkansas. And we'll be having various guests over the year. So tune in for the state polls coming out each week, and also the Southeast Missouri poll. Just a great show, and tune in every Saturdays, 10 a.m.
Jake Cox with a good move at the last offensive time for the Bearcats. Knocked it home. 64-23. We're going to have a foul against the Bearcats. Foul's going to be on number 24, Garrett Klaus, his second. Warfield's got 2 for 2 from the line. First one will not go. The ball, I thought it was a 1-and-1 and nobody moved, so.
I think I got confused on that one as well.
Yeah. Well, nobody blew the whistle, and finally somebody picked it up for Sikeston and went with it. We're down to 20-second. Clock is running, 64-23. Dexter Bearcats' first home game. They're going to go to 0-2 in this early season. Sikeston going to go to 2-0. Ball put up, will not go. Rebounded by Jacob Bollinger. To Roby, who puts up a shot. That's going to end the ball game, with the Sikeston Bulldogs coming away with a 64-23 victory. We're going to take it to our sponsors, and then we're going to come back with a wrap-up in just a bit.
So you're wondering what's the better deal, cable or the dish? Well, let's see how they size up. The dish has no local office, no ability to provide their own high-speed internet or phone for bundled savings, and can require a 2-year contract with hefty early termination fees. Cable, on the other hand, has local offices, its own high-speed internet, and phone services with a lot of great features.
New Wave Communications. There really is no better choice.
Sometimes we just need to stop what we're doing and look around. We need to be thankful for what we have, where we live, and the quality of life we enjoy. Hi, I'm Jack Huffman, and on behalf of First Midwest Bank, we want to thank you for allowing us to be part of such a wonderful community. Proud to be a Bearcat sponsor, First Midwest Bank.
Go Bearcats!
Well, welcome back, and let's give a quick recap of tonight's game. Sikeston Bulldogs come away victorious. Scoring for the Bulldogs, 15 for Will Hollifield, 14 for Jaqueline Wiggins, 14 also to Corey Porter off the bench. Boy, he had a big game.
Sure did.
6 points for Eli Jackson, 4 each to Tristan Pulley, and also Darrell Howard, 3 to Naquavius Dixon, and 2 each to Keldon Warfield, and also Janelle Hatcher. For the Sikeston was 10 for 14 from the free throw line. For the Dexter Bearcats, led in scoring with 8 with Alan Flanagan, 6 to Brandon Stoker, 2 each to Jake Cox, Ryan Wyndham, John Bowman, and Walt Phillips, 1 to Logan Roby. Dexter 2 for 6 from the line. What kind of stats do you have?
On the individual side, have for the Bulldogs, Jaqueline Wiggins come away with 9 rebounds. He was big underneath. Also Porter, he had 7 rebounds. And just a great game by Porter. He had a great game. And also team-wise, turnovers were big. Dexter with 32 turnovers in the game, and Sikeston with 18. And on the rebounding side, Sikeston with 45 turnovers compared to Sikeston's 45 turnovers to Dexter's 29. So a big advantage there for Sikeston.
Sikeston had help. Oh, they got
45 rebounds to Dexter. Turnovers. Oh,
wow.
okay. I mentioned turnovers before. Dexter 32 turnovers to Sikeston's 18, and 45 rebounds for Sikeston compared to Dexter's 29. So just a dominant effort by Sikeston. And this was a SEMO Conference matchup. People may not be aware of that. They're both in the SEMO Conference, and this was a SEMO Conference game. And they'll be matching up again in the first round of that SEMO Conference tournament. The SEMO Conference is a little different than other conferences. They have their conference tournament earlier in the year. So they're going to get back at it at the Sikeston Fieldhouse next week. So, at least this gives them an opportunity to see what either has.
Well, Sikeston gets a double win tonight. It's the JV defeated Dexter's JV 65-48. Only thing I'd say to the Bearcats is don't get your dauber down. There's a lot of season left. They play a very tough schedule the first of the season. And, last year they went into that Bloomfield Christmas tournament without a win, and they were very tough. They came away 3-1 in that tournament. But again, a tough game for the Bearcats. On the other hand, you got to give the Sikeston Bulldogs credit. They came out, got after it. They were very cold at first, but once they got rolling, they really rock and rolled. They scored and scored quickly.
Sure. I think one thing Dexter wasn't really prepared for was the anticipation of Sikeston. They've got the athleticism. Everyone knows they're bringing back a lot of athletes from that football team. So, that's one thing I don't think they were really prepared for was the anticipation of Sikeston. It seems like any pass they could get to, and they use their anticipation to get turnovers and to go the other way with the ball. So very impressive effort by the Bulldogs. And Dexter just gives them a game to reflect on going forward.
I want to tell you, our producer tonight, Rick DePriest, did a great job there. Camera was Haley Stockton. Glad that she's with us this year. Our statisticians, Greg Swartz and Krista Creasy. I'm Bill Hampton, along with my partner here, Tyler Wagner. We're glad that you've been watching basketball on YHC TV. I want to thank our sponsors, Lincoln Lacey Motors, also LeGrand's High Tech, First Midwest Bank, New Wave Communications, Three Rivers Community College, Edward Jones, Charlie Flanagan. Again, folks, thank you for making us your hometown channel. We have 51 more games to be bringing you right here on YHC. Till next time, we ask you to put those seatbelts on because we want to see you back at a ball game near us. And don't forget, live today, learn from yesterday, look forward to tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone.